This man had a bad idea.
It's
It's
week
week
9
9
of
of
the
the
National
National
Football
Football
League.
League.
The
The
perennial
perennial
throwback,
throwback,
Justin
Justin
Tucker, has it
Tucker,
on the
is
tee.
the team.
And off we go,
We go
here in
here in
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the first round, number 12 overall. He's been around, he's 24 years old, but the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. And if he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win. When we had a chance to talk to the coach the other day, what did he tell us, Mike? He said, I want to come out and be aggressive right from the start. And with that big shot downfield here early, I think it's pretty safe to say that's exactly what they have done. Now the key is, can they turn that explosive play into an opening drive touchdown and really get off to a fast start? You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. On the bootleg, it's Nix. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down. Throwing, Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
He's coming off an incredibly productive game, Mike, where he was able to find the end zone 4 different times through the air and secure the win. But it wasn't perfect by any means. He played well enough to come away with the victory. But with that said, he has to clean up on the interceptions. He knows the 2 picks. A couple other close calls he got away with. Those fall into the wrong hands. That game could have went an entirely different way. Coming into your today, can he keep the production in the passing game and come away with a little bit of a cleaner stat sheet?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. This one complete to Bateman. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. In motion comes Andrews. They'll look to throw again. He's got it inside the 5. And the Ravens are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. Back to the air one more time. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And now 3rd and goal coming up. In motion comes Andrews. To the goal line and in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. Whoa. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The rookie, Bo Nix, and the Broncos offense getting set to take over once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. It's another run here for Williams. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
He'll find Hill out of the backfield. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Nix, how to throw it here on 1st down. A pass complete to Noah Brown.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The sack artist formerly known as Justin Madubuike, now going by Nnamdi Madubuike. I mean, the career breakout a year ago, 2nd-team All-Pro, more sacks in production than his previous 3 seasons combined.
It's Riley Dixon coming on now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently second in that category. In motion comes Andrews. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. That's into the hands of Flowers. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
They just don't have an answer right now offensively for this guy. I mean, he has completely taken over this drive, and barring some sort of adjustment offensively, I think he could take over the rest of this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Man in motion is Brown. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Williams. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Back to throw is Nix. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Baltimore. They'll run. It's Henry. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. On run play, this is Hill. He will have a Ravens first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Back to throw. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. His throw left side is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
In motion comes Andrews. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Throwing, Nix. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Point after now from Tucker. His kick is good. And the Ravens move out on top, 14-0. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. McLaughlin now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. The next drive about to get going as we check out what's coming up a little later here in Week 9. Tonight, Sunday Night Football. It'll be the Jaguars and Eagles coming up at 8:20 Eastern Time in Philadelphia. And then tomorrow night, Election Night Eve, Monday Night Football as the Bucs and Chiefs. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55. 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 in KC. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted.
think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This throw right is taken in by Flower. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed.
And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Nix now on 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Ravens offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. One final throw before the break. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Ravens 14, Broncos nothing.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. The Bengals locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks
We'll see
yet to
if
come.
any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. He's put together some kind of campaign. Currently second in the NFL in touchdown receptions amongst wideouts. Back to throw here to begin the drive. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
On the handoff, running left is Henry. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they'll get him down for no gain. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. In motion comes Andrews. They'll go again here with Henry. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw. Taken in. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Raven first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Back to the air one more time. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Broncos. You talk about the opportune time. The defense helps close the gap. A huge play to make this one a closer game.
Yeah, and anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, you're looking for that spark. And boy, did the defense provide it. Not only creating the turnover, they take it back for 6, and they get themselves right back into this game.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. In motion comes Andrews. Flowers with the catch. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Andrews. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. He'll get this out to the left flat.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. Not just a 1st down, but reception number 70 on the season.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. In motion comes Andrews. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. And he's in. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Tucker's extra point up and good. And the Ravens will take a 21-7 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This will be returned from the 6. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this has been a dreadful offensive performance. Quarterback picked off 4 times so far. And this may be one just to erase from the memory. No need to watch the film of this one. It's a horror show. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Nix. Quick hitting slant there. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap, They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that is incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the personal defender, with the good coverage there.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down. They'll run here with Hill. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking him down for a loss.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Now they'll set up to throw.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I mean, I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on 1st contact and 2nd contact for that matter.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Bateman. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Officially a 29-yard attempt. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll motion over Flowers. Throwing now from the gun. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. Interesting point here, Greg. This is one of those where, put me in the mind of the play caller. Are you thinking just keep the ball on the ground right now?
I think it's hard. I think a lot of it has to do with how much confidence do you have that he can work himself through it, because as the turnovers continue to stack up, your biggest fear is that the confidence breaks down. So a lot of this is really just how well do you understand, what kind of relationship do you have with your quarterback. If you think you can get him through it, keep putting the ball in his hands. If you think he's done for the day, you got a big question you got to answer, whether he should even be in the game.
Second down. Nix. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, we're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here. When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. He'll look to throw. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
To the tight end, likely. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the fourth quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He'll drop to throw. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. McLaughlin now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. That one caught Devon Vele. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He finds Mims. It's complete. And he is going to have the Broncos 1st down. The defense nowhere to be found. A 4th down gain of 20. Now Nick's going to look to throw. To the left side, it's caught by Brown.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. Back to throw is Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's into the end zone. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Denver. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Kicker. Defense.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And no chance to They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion comes Andrews. They'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They face 2nd down and 7. Gonna go right back to Henry. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's gonna lead to 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. So right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll bring this inside the 30, a gain of about 5. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes 3rd down. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory.